All right, you guys, if you're watching this video, you have a leak problem coming out of your faucet. These are Delta fixtures, and 95% of the time when water comes out from under here, or it doesn't seem like you can completely turn your faucet all the way off, you have a seats and springs problem. And what I'm talking about is seats and springs. It's exactly what it is. And what these look like, you have the rubber seat and you have the spring that goes along with it. Now, these seats and springs do have a life. I don't know exactly what it is, but obviously if your sink is leaking, that life is up. As you can see, we have a lot of hard water buildup, which is pretty common in the South. I don't have a water softener, as you can tell. So sometimes these fixtures can be pretty hard to take off and do repairs yourself because of the corrosion that takes place with that hard water. So before we get started, just some supplies that you'll need. Obviously you want to shut your water off. If you have the compartment inside your house that controls every faucet, sinks, tubs, toilets, whatever else, you can go turn off, identify what sink, lavatory, whatever you're working on, and identify the faucet. In this case, I identified the master bath faucet, hot water side, but I went ahead and turned the cold water side off too, just to be on the safe side. So I'm not cleaning up water for whatever reason if something happens. So I turned the water off. You'll need some paper towels to catch some of the overflow water because there's still a little pressure built up in there. You're gonna need a pair of channel locks, and then obviously you're gonna need your seats and springs, which you can buy these from Lowe's. And then I have a small Allen key here. And now this Allen key goes in right on the side, and you should be able to break the torque on that little screw in there, which I did, and you can see as it's coming out, very corroded with that hard water deposit, that calcium buildup in there. That stuff is nasty, and it will cause a lot of corrosion in your fixtures over time. So the other thing I forgot to mention is you want to go ahead and plug your sink, pull the stopper up in case you drop this little guy. He doesn't end up going down the drain and cause other problems. So we got him. I'm gonna just set that to the side, out of the way, with that Allen key. And now you just should be able to just pop this right off, straight up and down. Comes right off, and you can see that corrosion is nasty. We'll set that to the side. Next thing we wanna do is just go ahead and loosen this up. So I'm gonna set this phone down real quick while I do that. Sorry if the visuals are kind of messed up. I don't have anybody holding this phone for me. So I'm just gonna set it right there for now. Just bear with me. If I can get it to stay, it'll be good. Here we go. Put some mouthwash behind it. That'll hold it. Oh, terrible. Sorry about that. Okay, so we want to just loosen this up and be careful not to strip this. Just be very gentle with it. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Of course, I went the wrong way first. Have my channel locks turned around. Okay, so we got it loose. Next thing you want to do is just take that off. Set that to the side. And then we have the cartridge in here. Sometimes these cartridges need to be replaced. Now, these cartridges, you can also call Delta and tell them that you have a bad cartridge, and more than likely they'll send you one for free. So don't go spend, however much it costs to get at Lowe's. Call Delta first and see if they'll hook you up. Okay, so you want to be careful when pulling this out. You don't want to bend anything around here. And you can see the water that is coming out. I'm trying to soak some of that up with these paper towels. And it has an O-ring on it when you pop that out. Now I'm gonna lay it it down flat so you can see this. You also want to inspect this rubber O-ring here. Make sure it doesn't have any cracks in it and it's not dry rotted or any of that hard water has caused it to lose its tightness to keep a good seal. So you want to clean that off if you can, just to kind of rule that out. But you can look down in here and see, and actually the spring already popped up for me. So what I like to do is take this Allen wrench and just fish both of those guys out, just like that. And we'll just set those down. Now you want to make sure that when this goes back in there, when you put your new one back in there, that you can see that flat side and you can see this side here. You don't want to put this down. It goes flat side down. And then the spring itself, you put the small side down. You can see how it's kind of, the diameter, the full diameter part is up top. So that goes straight down like that into that hole. And then this seats right over top of that. Well, I had it backwards, guys. So, just like that. It is very hard to use this phone and video. So it goes down the hole that way, and then it goes over top. So it's like a cone shape. So the big part goes down in the hole, and then the seat goes over top of the spring. So you can see that's what it looks like when it goes down in the hole. So that's how we'll put it down in there. Don't get them mixed up. Keep those guys out of the way. That's the old ones. And we'll put this new one down in there. Once again, I like to use the Allen key to do this. It just makes things easier to feed where they're supposed to go. So you can see that guy went down in there. Cone shape to the top. And now this guy, he floats. Sometimes it helps to get all that water out of there. But I just don't feel like trying to clean all that water out while I'm holding my phone. So now I have to make sure this thing gets seated right. The thing is, I'm digging around with this Allen wrench. I don't want to put a hole in that piece of rubber either and defeat the whole purpose. Anyway, this is a very rudimentary do-it-yourself video, but I hope it will save you a lot of money on calling a plumber if you've got a leak in your sink where it won't turn off all the way. Most of the time, this is the problem. Okay, you can look down in there and see that I got it to seat flush. That's the seat and the spring. Seats and springs. Easy way to remember that name, right? Okay, I checked the seal already. Everything looks good with that seal. So we're gonna push that bad boy back down the same way we got it out, which is right there. You can see the groove on the side.